Well, hello everybody. Welcome to part 14 of the tiny house build. And I think on this episode, I'm just going to be doing a whole bunch of little things, just a bunch of random things, fun things that I wanted to do to the tiny house. And I'll show you how I started this off. Well, I've taken the cabinet doors off and all the hardware. These are the upper cabinet doors above the countertop in the kitchen. And this particular cabinet just had hinges on the outside edge and no center post, so it's wide open inside. That'll make it real convenient for putting larger items in it. But went ahead and washed this cabinet all down with trisodium phosphate and got all the old smoking stuff off of it. It had nicotine a little bit on it. I guess the person that had the house before my son, where we got these cabinets, they used to smoke in there, I guess. So, and this is the other cabinet, and this was the one that was sitting out from the other one a little bit, and I leveled them all out and straightened them up. I put a board in here, and as you can see, I screwed them together. See, they got some screws in there, and I did the same thing on the bottom side, on the underside. And I took the doors off of these too. This one is the same. It had no center bar in it. And got the doors off, and they're down there underneath that white piece of plastic there. Everything's been washed up and they're ready for paint. So these may end up getting painted in this episode. I've kind of found some colors I like. Hang on a second. Oh, I wanted to show you. How do you like my nightlight? Got my Jeep in here. I got to work on that here pretty soon. I got some rust around one of the front window, and it's got a crack in it. I'll have to change that, but that's for later. And this is the rest of the store in case you guys haven't seen it. This is where I've been getting all my salvaged and recycled and surplus stuff for building the house. And there's all sorts of nails, all sorts of stuff in here. And let's go on back. I'll show you what else I did. I dug through my paint cabinets right here to find some old paint. And I do have all that new paint, but it's all stuff that hasn't been colored yet. It hasn't been tinted. So I found a high gloss exterior color, and it's a little bit rusty, but it's actually kind of a off turquoise color. And I think that'll be my front door color. I'm saving it for that. But I found some paint here, and this is a ivory white, and it's almost a whole gallon. And let's see here. It's a paint and primer in one. Let's see. I couldn't see if it was satin or what. Oh, it's matte. I was thinking about using that as a cabinet color, but if it's matte finish, I'm not going to. And here's kind of an earthy brown color, which I was going to lighten with some of this and use it for a cabinet color. But let me see what this says here. Oh, it's a satin. I still may be able to do that. A satin would work okay. I just might have to find a different tinting color for the white. But anyway, I was going to do the cabinets in this here. So I'm going to get back over to the mini house and see what else I can get into. Here's all that pine I got over at Home Depot out of the coal section. Got 70% off. You can see that the 1x6 here has kind of a dirty, kind of almost like a moldy look to it, but look at the back side. It's perfect. That one has a face in it. Look at that. Looks like a sloth face or something. Now this one's dirty on the back side. But anyway, this is good wood. This is all going to work out really good. I'll be sanding that, staining it, or whitewashing it, something. Use it for the interior. And I've got all this 1x4 here I can use around for door frames and window frames. I've got one real long one too. Yeah, that was a lot of wood for $108. I found an old piece of plywood here, and it's got a texture on it. It was on a wall where I cut out a doorway in my apartment, and it's made out of plywood. And it's just a scrap, so I trimmed it up to be 32 inches wide and 56 inches long, and I'm going to put it right in here. So the 32-inch upper cabinet's going to go up here. Then I'm going to put this wall board below it. Then I'm going to start building my shelves, and I'll put an end and an end. Then I'm going to start building my shelves into it. And this will be my pantry closet type shelving here, or possibly I might build a little closet there. I haven't decided yet. I'm doing all this by ear, you know. I'm just on the fly. Also, I decided to go ahead and use the fiberglass insulation in here. It's made for a 3.5-inch wall, and I've got 2 5/8 inch. But as you can see, it still fits in there nicely, and it puts a lot of material in that small space. So the reason that changed my mind on it is this stuff here was quite a bit cheaper, and was half as cheap. And the other stuff, the fiber board I was going to use, the foam board, it's not fire rated. It is absolutely flammable, so I didn't want to use that in here. And I know this stuff really isn't too bad. It's mostly fiberglass. It's got a paper coating on it, but I don't know, with all that electrical behind it, and I just didn't feel comfortable with the wiring being behind an absolutely flammable substance like styrofoam. So I just decided not to do that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and I'm going to put that cabinet up here, and I think I'll paint it later. I'll paint it in place, and I think that'll work out better. That way I don't have to be careful around it doing all the rest of the work. So I'm going to get this board put in here, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, there's the spot for the cabinet, and there's where the shelves are going to be mounted. Next, I'm going to drill me a hole, put that wire outside, and I'm going to insulate this cavity right here, and I'm going to put me a piece of plywood right here on down to the bottom. That'll be the side of the cabinet here. Then I have to find me a piece of 3/4 to put on the front here. Alrighty. Well, not quite done finished here, but I've got the cabinet in, and see exactly the width of the wall board, and I still have to finish up this section right here and put the shelves in. Then I'll paint it all as one unit, make it all the same color, and I think I'll move on and put this wiring up into there, then down to that one. I think I'll do that next, and maybe I'll continue down this wall a little bit further. I'm really interested in doing over here too. Then I can put the upper cabinets in on this side. Okay. Well, I've been out here cleaning up a little bit. It got too messy in here, so I started cleaning up a little bit of stuff. I got both of these cleaned out, and I put some stuff up in the cabinet there, and I got this cabinet in. You noticed I leveled this all out here where they're flush, so it looks a lot better. I insulated behind it. You can see the bottom of the insulation there, and I got to finish that piece right there. But I wired in for the light that's going to be up here. I haven't disclosed the location yet because I haven't quite figured it out, and I don't have the light fixture yet. But I ran the wiring up here. See, it runs up behind the cabinet. So I'm ready for it whenever I figure it out. And what else have I done? Oh, yeah. See down there? Well, maybe you can't. There. I've wired it through the wall, the outside plug, which, let me move this. You can see I put the outside plug out there. I'm not going to put the receptacle in there yet, or the waterproof cover, until after I paint on the outside. So, and I wired this box in. I had it over here, and I had to bust that box out because this wire here was too short, the one that comes up through the floor. It was a little bit too short to make it over here, so I moved it over to this side. And it really doesn't matter, I guess. Instead of being dead center, I think it's over here. And I also ran the wire up here through and around to this upper box for the fan and the toaster oven or convection oven, whatever it is I'm going to put up here. And that's about as far as I got today. It's kind of cold outside, and I've been just kind of hiding. I went back upstairs for about 3 hours today. But yeah, I'm back out here now because we got a big storm coming in, and I had to go wedge. I got these big double doors, see, on both ends of the shop. Those are 15 foot by 14 foot. And I had to wedge some step ladders up against them because of the high wind warning we're going to be having here. This is my stairway getting in here now. And I got 4 of these big doors in the shop. I got two 60 by 90 foot buildings. And they both have these sliding doors on them. But you can see I wedged ladders up against them. I wedged a ladder over there too. I did the same on the other end down here by the bus. And yeah, I just didn't want to have any of my doors blowing off. The back shop had the door blew off of it, the fisherman's shop, and they had to rebuild the whole door. That was no fun. Okay, I'll bring you back when I get something else done. Well, I'm building me a shelf for under one of those kitchen cabinets, and making it out of coal lumber. See? This was older. This is back when they sold coal lumber at 75% off. Now it's 70% off. That means it's probably got a crack or a split or something's wrong with it. And they spray this purple paint and stamp it so it doesn't get mixed up with other lumber. And they put it in a special spot in the store, and you just go back and sort through it. And this is some stuff I got a couple years ago. I mean, 1x12 is really expensive now. And I went and dug through the rest of my lumber, and I found some more. I found some 1x8 and some 1x10. I found a bunch more 1x4s. I just added them to the pile here. Yeah, that was back when it was 75% off. Yeah. Yep, 75% off down there. All of this stuff is, see? That one's marked too. Good way of getting lumber cheap. Yeah. Now it's 70% off. They're trying to make a little more money on it, I think. But that's okay. It's still a hell of a savings. That's what I'm trying to do, is save some money on this project. So I've got my shelves all sanded. See, I'm trying to get all that old paint off. I didn't get it all off because I'm going to paint them anyway, just smoothing them out a little bit. But these are the two sides here, and I've got them marked out for the shelves. And as soon as I get this sanded, I'm going to start assembling this. Well, there's my shelf, all made out of coal lumber. You'll never know the difference when I have it all face framed and installed and painted. Yeah, never ever know the difference. I think I'll save that spot down there for putting shoes under. The rest of this will just be for whatever I need it for. See how this has a face frame on it here? This will also have a face frame, which will bring it out a little bit further too. And this cabinet here will button right up next to it. Just like that. And there's plenty of room to open the door. There's our friend, the compressor. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. That gave a lot of extra shelf space there. I put 10-inch shelves in it. You know, like a can is about 4 1/4 inches, so you could stack two on top of each other or something a little taller. And I'm considering maybe not putting the doors back on this. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Same way with up here. Maybe put more shelf in it and finish the face frame across. I could make a dish rack and a cup area, then a place for glasses and small plates over there. There's all sorts of things you could do here. This isn't going to be the top for this one. I just have it laid up there so I can work on it. I have a couple old desks in the shop, in the old secondhand store that I never opened, and they're oak, and they're from the 40s, I'm guessing. And they got really thick oak tops on them, and they're quite large. The desks are about 6 feet long or so. I was thinking about salvaging that old oak and making tops for this, a top for here, and a short top coming over this way, because there's going to be a little refrigerator right here. But use it for this. It's all aged already. It really looks nice. I could always, you know, put some more glaze back over it, or varnish or whatever. Something I'm thinking about doing there. So the kitchen's starting to come together a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next here. I was thinking about doing these two back walls here in pine, and I was thinking maybe sheetrocking this wall here, this big wall right here. And this wall, there's not a whole lot to it. I got mostly windows here. You just got these two little areas in this section right here, right across the top. Thinking about maybe putting a little sheetrock there too. Maybe just draw that sheetrock all the way over to this corner right here, on above in the corner. I know that when I do these, the inside of this, it's all going to be done in cedar. I have all that old cedar boards, and I'm going to do the ceiling in there in cedar, and I'm going to do all this open ceiling up here in cedar. I think it'll look nice. Okay. Well, there's all my cabinets sitting out here ready to be cleaned up before I reinstall them. And what got me changing my mind on this floor, instead of using the snap lock that I had over on the other side, is I was snooping around over there at Home Depot again, and I ran across 6 boxes of these at 60 cents a tile. There's 10 in each box, see? And I got to looking at them, and they had a nice color to them. They're travertine looking tile, and they're rather large tiles. They're 12 by 24 inch tiles, and they're the peel and stick type. And I used these over in Hayfork, and they were really a strong tile. We had extreme hot and cold over there, and they held to the floor really well. I had no trouble with mine in my cabin. So I decided to just give this a shot. You know, at about 140 bucks for all the tile and everything to do it. I figured it was a good deal. I'll take my snap lock stuff and I'll put it upstairs in the sleeping area up on the loft. And that's why I went ahead and changed my mind on what I was doing here. And I also wanted to get some tile down, or flooring down, before I put these cabinets in. Because there's going to be places under the bed where you slide boxes or whatever under there, and I wanted tiles underneath there. I wanted a flooring under it, and I wanted it as waterproof as possible, so I wanted a floor under all the cabinets and everything, do a good job. So this is what we ended up with. And as soon as I get those down, I'll put this cabinet back in, I'll put those back in, and I'll start building the countertops. All right, guys. Well, guys, I decided to use those Traffic Master peel and stick tiles. And to do that and not have any trouble over this flake board right here, I'm putting on a nice heavy coat of primer. What that'll do is it'll keep that flake board from absorbing moisture and releasing tile from it. And flake board does that. You can put it over top of the peel and stick over top of plywood pretty easily, but not over flake board. So I took all the cabinets out. I blew it all out with a big long blowgun, swept it, cleaned it all up. And I took this cabinet out back here. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this whole floor with this Pratt & Lambert primer. It's a nice thick, heavy based primer. And yeah, it can also be used as a ceiling paint too. But Kills would work, and Henry's has a specific brand for going under peel and stick tiles. But these Traffic Master tiles, they look like they're pretty good, so I'm going to trust them. But I wanted to make sure they had every opportunity to stick. So this was recommended, so this is what I'm going to do. And I've only been at this for maybe 10 minutes at the very most. And the painting part, it took me about a good portion of an hour to clean it up in here and move everything. So yeah, I'm going to get this all done, and we'll get those tiles stuck down. Got it all painted in here. Painted behind the door too. I'm going to let this dry up. Tomorrow I'm going to snap a chalk line right down the middle of this, and we're going to start laying them tiles in here. It'll be a quick and easy floor. Well, here we are again with this crappy weather. This storm has blown out the power again. It's 4 in the morning. It's calmed down for the moment here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bus here. I'm standing out behind the bus. That's the light on it right there. And I'm going to fire that generator up and give us a little power. Wow, it's always something, isn't it? Okay, I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm in the bus. I just opened the gates. I'm going to put me on some windshield wipers here. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I can get this thing out front, get it hooked up on the generator so I can power up the shop a little. I'm going to park this out front, just power up the generator, run some cords in, and I'll be in them for a little while, at least till the power comes back on. You can run the refrigerator, that kind of thing. Starting to rain hard again, a little bit. At least that wind isn't blowing anymore. My darn reverse camera here keeps falling off the window. Darn Amazon junk. Let's see if I can make it work. Yeah, it's working anyway. I gotta be careful not hit that awning that's sticking out over my front door with this tall bus. tuck this in a little closer to the parking stanchions. And I think right there should be all right. Well, day in the life, huh guys? Well, I'll see you guys in the morning, and I'll be putting in tiles after I get a little more sleep if I can. I can come out here and I can run my CPAP that I need to use out here in the bus and get a little more shut-eye. Then I can power up the shop and run the refrigerators and stuff at the same time, freezers. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and I'll see you guys in a little while. Let's see here. Turn the key on and pull the choke. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I gotta turn the fuel on. And I gotta open the door here. Let the exhaust out. Alright. Get some cords out here and I'm going to have some power. Come on, lights, turn on. There you go. Hey, I almost tripped. I'm in the bus right now. They turned me on some power in here. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make me up a bed there. Geez, I haven't been in here in a good month and a half. Doesn't look any worse for wear. I got the carpets in the house. I had this out when I was taking the heater out. Remember I took the heater out? That darn piece of junk diesel heater. There, now it's stored away. Yeah, smells fresh. Seems nice in here. But the reason I came in is I have to close this hood latch up here. There. That's all closed up. Rolling around in a circle there. Yeah. So everything's good in here. I also came in to see if my heater was in here. And it is not. Yeah, I don't see it in here. Okay. I better turn those lights back off. I'm gonna hook me up some cords and we're gonna call this good for the night. See you guys in the morning. Hey guys, I put down a part of the tiles here and I'll show you what they look like. I've got them covered up right now with an electric blanket because there's part of the floor. I'm going to be finishing this tomorrow when I'm got a little more sleep under my belt. I'm got about 4 hours under my belt right now, and I'm a little bit rummy. It's about 6:30 at night, and I don't think I'm going to last much longer here. I'm going to be hitting the sack soon, so I'm going to finish the rest of this up tomorrow. And but the flooring's coming out really nice. It looks good, and I put this electric blanket on here because the instructions said not to let it get under 48 degrees or something like that for the first 48 hours, actually. So I was warming up these tiles and warming up the floor with my blow dryer right there. And after I got them down, I covered them up with this blanket, and I've got it on high, and it's fairly warm, so it's going to keep the floor warm tonight. And when I finish up the next batch over there, I got a king size blanket I'm going to put over top of that, and I'm going to let the electric blankets keep it warm for a couple days before I it sounds kind of silly, but this is actually working. I can't heat this place in here because I don't have a roof on it, and it just won't heat up inside. So this is a good economical way of doing it. And I'm going to reset this real quick. That way it'll run for 8 hours while I'm sleeping. And yeah, hopefully this works out good. I'll show you the completed floor tomorrow. Well, good morning, guys. It's 38 degrees last night. A little bit nippy around here. And I've got this electric blanket on the floor, and it kept the floor warm at night. And I've got some other ones laid on top, making sure that they're warm. But this floor is still pretty cold right here. I'm just going to keep on keeping on here because I just think it's going to be a long, cold winter, and I want to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and put them down. I'm going to put heating blankets over it, and so I'm going to continue on here. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes after I get a little bit more done. Here it is, guys. It's called gray travertine. I didn't do a fantastic job laying it down, but I'll give myself about a C+. I've got to cut these ends here and finish them. And this edge right here is going to end up getting a box over it. And the piping from the sink is going to be running through there and down through that hole there. So this is all going to be boxed here. So I'm not going to put anything on that side. But this is all going to get covered right up to the wall right here. And this side, I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way to the wall to right about there. And the same thing here, this is going to get a little box over it. And I'm going to finish up right there, that little piece right there. And I'm going to be doing these two right here. So I've got a little bit of measuring and cutting to do now. The full tiles easy part is done. And I've still got my heating blanket over here. I've got it right up to the door. The tiles are right up to the door. I just have this little strip on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you guys back and show you the finished product. There wasn't really much to show you putting this stuff down because you can go to Traffic Master Tiles and see a million videos on people putting it down. We don't need another one of those on the internet. Don't want to bore you with that. Basically, just peeling them, aligning them, and sticking them. You give yourself a cross-reference line, snap a chalk line onto the floor, and there you have it. Okay. Here's the floor. We got a little bit of weird lighting in here right now. So it kind of casts a weird illumination on over here. But in the film here, this looks gray and that looks brown. It's kind of in between that in true color. Just depending on which type of light's hitting it. But I misspoke on this a little bit earlier. What I paid was 70 cents a tile for this, and I bought 60 tiles. So that's $42. You add tax on that, and that would be about $45.56 we paid for this floor. I think that's pretty damn cheap. That's real cheap. It always pays to go and look for those bargains. Then having this small room here really helps out a lot too. So, I think all in all, it came out reasonable. Don't you guys think? Well, guys, I think this episode's probably getting to about to its end here. On the next one, we'll keep continuing on the inside of this this little tiny house, and had my hairpiece in there. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, following along. Appreciate it. All right. Talk to you later, my friends. Bye-bye.